live microphone.
I should probably disconnect my OK Google because it tends to go off whenever it wants.
Yeah. My penis is the same way.
I can't help with that yet.
See? Was that like good timing right there when you said something about your penis?
Yeah. I can't help with your penis. Nobody can.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the UNG Odyssey podcast, where apparently Gump can't make it again. Well, he's at work, so it's not his fault. I timed it at 3. He's not gonna be able to make it up to all of them. But this time we have local DFW comic Everett McClure. McClure, right?
Yep, McClure. Yeah, I got an Irish name for an Italian boy. It's weird.
You look very Irish, though. You got the Irish look, no?
Oh, man, look how dark
Well, you're
my
not
hair is.
Italian. Italians are very dark skinned.
I know. I'm like half Italian. I'm a Euro mutt, basically.
Yeah. But aren't all white people Euro mutts?
Yeah, pretty much. Unless you're Russian.
At one point or another. Because I don't really consider, the white people who live in the United States, we've only been here for like 200 years.
Yeah.
That's not really that long. So,
No,
like,
not at all.
pretty much most of their genetics were in that area. So
God, we took over, too. I'm so sorry. On behalf of white people everywhere. Don't be sorry.
I think
It says the ginger.
I,
She's like twice as white as me. I don't know, man.
she is. Oh, she. Yeah. I like to tell a joke on stage about how like shockingly white she is, and how like if we turned all the lights off in the room, she'd be the only person you could see still.
Just glowing.
Glowing. Thank you, girlfriend. Oh, okay. So, brewskis. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, day drinking.
Day drinking.
Wow.
Oh, we are comics, aren't we? Yep. Give in to your demons, kids. Don't do that. I'm just kidding.
No, do it. I say do it.
Do it?
As long as they don't affect somebody else in a negative way.
Yeah.
Wait, well, technically, if you fucking yourself up, then your family's all like, oh, cry baby about you.
Don't get a DUI now. Those are bad for you.
No, I got 2 DUIs.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well,
Want to hear about it?
Yeah. Please. I had no idea.
All right. Now, here's the weird thing. I went to see a lawyer to pay off some surcharges. On the surcharges, or on the list of tickets I've had, she had 3 or 4 pages of tickets that I've had, and this was just for my ID, and not my driver's license. Then she whipped it out, and she was like, okay, this is why you're paying all these surcharges. Which, side note, when you go to jail to sit out those tickets, that does not count for shit. You still have to pay. That's what the surcharges are. The surcharges are the exact same amount as the tickets.
Yeah.
Which is fucking bullshit. Because I thought when you sat it out, that took care of the ticket, all the money you had to owe them.
Yeah. You give them your time and sit down.
Yeah, and it does not work that way.
So much.
No, I was pissed. I was like, I did it, but I did at least a month worth of time served.
Yeah.
Periodically, maybe once every year for maybe before the last 3 years, but I would probably go to jail once a year. Everybody at my job at the hospital, because I worked at the hospital for 7 years.
Yeah.
Everybody there knew that I was going to go to jail at least once a year for at least either 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not too bad though. 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, they'd get a call. I mean, one time I called my supervisor. She was like all worried. She's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just gonna sit out these tickets and just let you know I'll be gone for a couple of days."
Yeah. Shit.
So back to the DWIs.
DWIs, yes.
I had been drinking, of course. I don't know why I even start that sentence.
That's how
So
it starts,
I had been.
yeah.
I was with a homegirl, and we were at this place called Jay Gilligan's. Do you remember Jay Gilligan's? You don't live around the area, right?
I'm from California, so yeah.
So, I'm just gonna cut to the part where I was technically pulled over. I was driving home. I was super drunk.
Right.
I had no idea my car was running out of gas.
Okay.
And I had no idea where I was, even though I was just right here in Grand Prairie on the highway. I could not tell where I was at all.
Yeah.
So apparently, I pulled over, got out the side ramp.
Mm-hmm. How long ago was this?
Oh, 7 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, about 7, maybe 8.
Okay.
So I pulled over, and then my car died on me, and I didn't realize it had died on me. So I remember trying to turn it back on and wondering what the fuck, and then I passed out.
Okay.
Mind you, I'm still on the exit ramp.
Oh,
I never made it to the actual road, the side road. I was on the exit ramp. And so I get woken up like at 7 in the morning. It was probably like maybe 3 hours later, maybe 2 or 3 hours later.
Yeah.
By a cop knocking on my window.
Yeah. Understandably.
So I don't know what's going on. I'm like, where the fuck am I? I just know it's cold because it's like November.
Yeah.
I just know I'm freezing balls. And I'm like, what the hell? So I go ahead and open the door, of course.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hi, officer. He's like, you step out of the car, sir. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay. So I get out, and he runs my ID and everything. He's like, oh, you got warrants. We're going to take you to jail. But first, he gives me a sobriety test, right?
Sobriety thing,
mm-hmm. And like, I forget, I did real bad.
Yeah.
But like, for one, I was freezing because I was out there in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And like, I couldn't do any of it. Like the walking part, it was too cold to walk.
Did they make you do like the nose thing?
I think they did. I'm not sure. I know they tried to do the opposites, and I was just like shivering. I could barely talk because how much my teeth were chattering.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I was like, "Are you giving me a DWI?" And he's like, "I'm trying to."
That's funny.
And then I asked him again, like, "Can you give a DWI if my car was turned off and I had no gas?"
Yeah, you weren't even driving anywhere. You were just sitting there.
I was like, "You guys didn't catch me driving."
Exactly.
So, so of course I got tickets, and I actually sat those tickets out. I saw the judge, and he gave me time served for being in there. I think I was in there for like 5 to 6 days.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, time served. But when I got back to that report,
Yeah.
that said I had 2 DWIs,
Yeah.
I'm guessing that was one of them.
Okay.
Because I never saw anything else about it.
Yeah.
I didn't have a court date for DWI. You know how some people will have one DWI and they have a breathalyzer and all that on their car?
Yeah.
I didn't have to do any of that. I don't know what happened.
They didn't suspend your license or anything?
No, it was already suspended. It was already suspended, dude. Come on now.
Jesus Christ.
I haven't had a driver's license since 2016.
You drove here.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I did. Hey, I know how to drive. I just don't have a license.
Oh my God, that's funny. I like it.
I don't have a license. I have insurance and all that, of course. And ever since I bought this car, no cops have messed with me. Cool. So like when I had my piece of shit Saturn, I had a '98 Saturn SL2.
Okay.
Oh, I had stickers. I had my anime sticker characters all over it. I would get pulled over all the time in that car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you got the window tint, so.
Plus, that's like I always consider that's like a Baptist church car driver or like an older lady.
Yeah, I was thinking like older lady.
Or like those gospel churchy guys. They love their 300s for some reason.
They do. They certainly do.
By the way, those guys are black.
Mm-hmm. Accurate. Most gospel church folk, African American.
Has there been a white gospel church person? Like let's just say we took B-Rad from, you know what movie I'm talking about?
No.
Oh shit! Now I can't think of the goddamn movie.
Make up a title. Let's go.
Well, this is movie. Fuck. Jamie Kennedy was the main character.
Oh, yeah, that's why. I don't know what it is. He's a terrible actor.
Yeah, he's not that really good.
He's not funny. Have you seen Son of the Mask?
I have not.
Don't ever. You can just.
But
punch yourself in the
as
dick
soon as
for
I
an hour.
heard that it wasn't gonna be Jim Carrey, I was like, well, why even watch that movie? He's the only reason that movie was great.
Oh, God. Neither of us are ever gonna open for Jamie Kennedy now.
No, probably not. He probably will be on the road still by then.
Yeah, no, he is. I think he does like Laugh Factory dates and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's okay. We burn bridges on the way up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's half the fun, right? God.
Dude, God, there's just some people that we do comedy with. I just want to punch in the face.
Cheers. Yeah. 100%. Oh, here's the thing. Real quick. If we're having a normal conversation and you start running bits on me, fuck you. The end.
Oh, like somebody will start doing the bit while they're talking to you and like try to put it into the conversation.
Into the conversation, they try to fit it in there, and it's like, dude, I do this too. I know what you're doing. Don't bounce that shit off of me right now.
Yeah.
And now, second of all, I don't even have a reason to go watch you on stage because I just saw your fucking act right here. Sigh.
So,
Pet peeves.
like, okay, what about like somebody who's talking to you, making jokes, and then they're like, wow, and then they make you laugh, and they're like, okay, I should probably save that down for later because you laughed at it.
That's different because that happens organically.
Yeah, because that's what's it called? Yeah, organically.
Yeah, that word I said right before you said it.
I was gonna say simultaneously, but like that's not the word.
Yeah. Naturally.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's awesome. You know, then I feel like I helped you write it. You know, give me my gratuity. But I want your royalties, damn it. But yeah, if you wrote it down a month ago and you're trying to fit it into a normal conversation, just don't. Just stop. I'll see it when you're on stage.
Do people really do that often?
All the time.
Really?
All the time. I mean, especially inexperienced people that are new. It's just like, ugh, God.
I don't know if I ever did that. I don't think I did because most of my jokes are more like at events.
Yeah.
And if I'm talking to you guys about an event, it's not because I'm practicing the things, because I'm telling you the story.
And that's different too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no pauses for laughs when I'm telling it to a person that's a story.
Yeah.
Like, did I pee on my son? Which is still one of my favorite bits to do.
You peed on your son?
It's a joke.
Yeah. That's what I love, man. When people take us so seriously, it's like, dude, some of these are jokes.
Yeah,
some of these are just jokes.
That's one. I don't tell it that often. I've never actually said that at a showcase.
Like into a microphone.
I said it to a microphone plenty of times.
Oh, I've said terrible things into a microphone.
I don't think so, from what I've heard. But then again, I don't see all your sets, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I've gone off before. It's okay. It's part of the fun, you know.
Yeah. How long you been doing comedy, man?
About a year and a half. I'm coming up on a year and a half.
So just about the same as me, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty new, pretty fresh.
And you came from Cali, right?
Yeah, Southern California. Long story short, joined the Army, put a baby in a Texan. I live here now. So.
Were you stationed here, the one in Fort Hood?
No, I was stationed in Korea for 2 years at Camp Carroll, 551 ICTC.
Yeah, how's your boys?
How's everybody doing out there? Yeah, you're bored out of your minds. And then I finished up my contract at Fort Bliss in El Paso. So I spent a little time in Texas. I mean, technically that's Texas, but it's really more, Mexico. So, but yeah, nothing but love for El Paso. You guys get better soon.
So, dude, why don't you go back? Well, I know you have your kid here. You just say that, but fuck the kid. Go back to Cali, man.
No, that's not
just joking.
No,
but I mean,
my kids are 9 and 10 right now. So
what? You have two of them that old?
Yeah, 35, man. But yeah, they're 9 and 10 right now. So the plan is to sharpen up my teeth, do the comedy thing here for about 10 years, and then when they're old enough, hopefully they'll want to go to school. Go to college in California, so about 10 years from now we're gonna maybe head back out there and try to make it in LA, because I can't do the New York thing. If it's LA or New York, I gotta go LA. Sorry.
Yeah.
The city looks like it smells like shit.
I also have a 9-year-old and 2.5 about to be 3.
Okay.
And my baby mama made it easy for me to decide. She took the kid from me and went to Arizona. So I'm like, well, why stay here? There's nothing left. I'm just gonna go to Cali. I am gonna eventually move to Cali, probably within the next year.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna move to? LA?
LA.
Yeah.
Here's what I was gonna do. My plan was to pack up my car with clothing.
Yeah, you need that.
That's about it. Everything else will either go in storage or get sold.
All I need is clothes.
I just need clothes.
The clothes and jokes.
All this other stuff is just you know. Oh, and my computer. I'm gonna take my computer.
You need it. You can't podcast without that.
No, I can't podcast, and I plan on podcasting that. I hear people go to Starbucks and put their whole, have their whole fucking thing like that.
Yeah.
Like fuck yeah, why not?
Yeah, thanks for the Wi-Fi, Starbucks. Shit. That sounds like it'd be too loud for me. You know.
Yeah, but I hear Ari Shaffir do podcasts while he's walking around all the time. It's like, so I could figure out a way. And I wouldn't even need to use a computer to do the podcast per se, but I would need it to like upload all my shit and then send it to everything and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to spend no more money. I spent so much money on all this crap already.
Steal one. Go to Best Buy and just...
I just steal one like that one guy tried to steal the laptop at Hyenas.
Oh my god, that was funny. What a drunken idiot. You got to chase him down and tackle him, right?
Yes, I did. I choked him out.
That shit's hilarious. Tell us the story on that, dude, because that's fucking funny.
Well, okay, Eric comes running upstairs.
Eric's the manager at Hyenas.
And by the way, Everett works there.
I used to.
Do you help out at all anymore?
I still do spot work sometimes. Like when they had Andrew Dice Clay come in, I did security for that. You
son of a bitch.
That shit was tight. I got paid. I got paid to be in the room, and the tickets were $50 a piece. That was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah.
So this guy apparently took the laptop from downstairs. You know where Eric keeps it by the green room?
Yeah. It's
the door back there?
Yep.
And apparently when he disconnected the laptop, all the TVs scrambled.
Yeah, all the monitors, because there's, I think there's like 10, 15 monitors throughout the Hyenas Fort Worth.
Yeah. And so when that happened, Eric ran to go see what's going on. He knows the laptop was gone, and then he called Landon on the walkie-talkie.
Yeah, on the radio.
And said, "Hey, has anybody left yet?" And he was all like, Landon was kind of confused, like, "What do you mean? Like nobody's walked out?"
Yeah.
And then the elevator door opens and this couple comes out.
Mm-hmm. Drunk as fuck, by the way.
Yeah, and then and Eric and by the time Eric gets to the door, they're about to hit the exit door, and he stops them. It's like, wait, nobody's leaving, like nobody's going anywhere. It's like and then he starts telling us what's going on. It's like the laptop is missing.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, the laptop's missing. Nobody can leave. And then the couple, the guy's all like, nah, man, I gotta go. I don't feel good.
Yeah.
And then me, because I'm a thief.
You can smell your own.
I know what to look at thieves, cause I know what it would take to hide something. Where do you have to put it?
Yeah,
it's weighted. Of course, you'd have to figure out how to hold it.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that one of his arms was like right at the brim of his jacket.
Yeah, he's holding it up,
and he was holding it right there.
Mm-hmm.
But while Eric was having his like this. This thing about nobody moves, kind of excitement. Mm-hmm. Landon's still like kind of like trying to figure out what exactly is going on.
Yeah.
The lady's telling him like, okay, well, I guess I'll stay. And the guy's like, nah. And he starts like walking around. Okay. And they stop they're not really looking at him. He kind of just go around a little pier. Yeah. And I'm like, oh hell no. So I run out there. I was like, hey, he said not to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, no, I gotta go. And I'm like, don't go anywhere. So and then Eric comes, and I see Eric out of the peripheral of my vision to my right. Yeah. And then as soon as I see him kind of in a rush, I'm like, okay, it's go time. So I rush to grab the guy, because at first I was like, okay, do I actually do something real quick? Or do I just try to say, hey, don't go anywhere, just keep following him? And then the minute I saw Eric like rushing to him, I was like, okay, that's what's going on. Yeah. So I rushed to him.
Shit's on.
Yeah, I rushed him. He drops the laptop and it falls on the floor.
Yeah.
And I look at it and I'm like, should I stop or get him? And then I see Eric still going after. I was like, okay, I'll get him. So I start grabbing him. And then Eric tries to grab him, and then he starts throwing punches.
Yeah.
He starts throwing punches, and Eric's kind of right there on the side of where he's throwing the punches.
Yeah.
And then we kind of tripped him down, and when we tripped him down, he was still trying to throw punches at Eric because he actually landed on top of Eric when he fell down. Yeah, he landed on top of Eric.
Jesus.
And while he was trying to throw punches like up, and Eric saw like trying to throw punches down,
Yeah.
I'm all like, okay, well, let me get a hold of this guy's neck. Because he's not swinging at me. What's the quickest way to stop somebody who's just throwing out? Just crawl up his body. Because when I fell, I was at kind of his lower back. So I kind of crawled up a little bit.
Yeah.
Put my arm through his other arm. Reached in there. Got the hook in. And as soon as I felt the hook, I put my hand and wrapped around it. And then just went, hook.
You gotta roll your shoulders back.
And then then when I got him, Eric saw that he was pinned, and Eric was like, "I'm gonna go grab the police." I'm like, "All right, I'll stay right here."
Yeah.
Like, I don't even. The guy's pinned down. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And then when I got him by the neck. By the way, they told me not to say this.
Yeah.
It's
fine.
They told me like, "Hey, maybe you should be telling people about that." Yeah, I am talking about it on the podcast.
Oh my god.
So. So okay.
We're gonna get banned.
So I when I have him in the guillotine, he starts tapping on the floor, no. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, this isn't a match.
No.
Like, I'm not letting go. Either you're passing out, or you're gonna stay here.
Yeah.
He's like, no, let go. I'm like, no, I ain't letting go. And just because he was asking me to let go, I decided to squeeze harder.
Yeah. Oh god. You should be a cop.
I was like, you're still awake, huh? Yeah, man. Oh, and then once the cops got there, they're like, okay, let him up. I was like, okay, you guys got it, I'm done. So I just let go of him, and I just got up, and the cops kept a watch over him.
Yeah.
So, but I thought it was hilarious that.
Yeah. That's funny.
I got to do that.
I got one too. I got a good.
What did you do? Let's hear it.
I didn't do it. I just watched it happen. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Like somebody fell down and hit their head, so there were paramedics and police in the red room, behind his red room, and they were blocking the pathway to the bathroom.
Wait, was this that one time the bathroom the crazy chicks were going off in there or something like that?
I think so. Yeah. I think so.
Oh no,
yeah.
keep telling. I want to hear more about it.
And they were so the pathway to the bathroom is blocked by paramedics and police, and this lady comes out of the showroom to go to the bathroom. She's offended by the show. If you're easily offended, don't go to a comedy show.
Yeah, don't.
Period. But she was offended, and she wanted to use the restroom. And the police let her know that you can't use this one. We're standing right here. Go.
Yeah, go to the other one.
And it's just white people interacting with the police. Nobody can tell me what to do. I'm white and I live in the South. Meh. So
you know what? Now that I think about it, that is pretty much what happened, huh? She just got pissed off because she didn't want to go around.
Yeah, you can't tell me that I can't use the bathroom. Like, I can. Anyway, she tries to go around and the cop's like, don't. And then she like pushes him. She like pushes his hand away. Don't touch police officers. And he's like, that's it. So he just grabs her and takes her down. Bam, knee in the back. She's all screaming and just, it's like YouTube came to life in front of me.
Yeah.
Like I watch those videos all the time, and I was just so happy that And plus, like the cop was white, she was white. I'm like, okay, nobody's getting shot, so I could enjoy it. Anyway.
I mean, that's still kind of iffy. Some people would say it's still a little too harsh to do that, but then again, it's like, how many times can you warn somebody? And not only that, but when you're in a situation like that with a whole crowd, you do have to take control of the situation fast, because if he would have not done that as quickly as he did, what if she kept pushing on him? Yeah. And then next thing you know, a crowd starts surrounding you, and it's like, why are you pushing on her?
Oh, yeah, like their party outnumbered the police. I think there was 2 people there, and there were 5 people in her party. So, and he didn't just tackle her for no reason. He tried to put handcuffs on her, and then she like pulled her hand away to turn around, a la Stone Cold Steve Austin. But she's not like 6'4", 240. She was like 5 foot, 90.
Yeah.
So once you start resisting arrest, that's it. They can pretty much do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
She didn't have to put herself in this situation, but whatever.
Absolutely not. That was just don't be drunk in public.
Yeah,
being that drunk.
That is one of the key things. Don't be drunk in public.
That's like the second time that we've come to the conclusion that being drunk in public is bad. You'll get a DUI. You'll go to jail, even if you're a white lady.
Oh man.
Fucking white people.
So let's get back to knowing more about you. You were in the Army?
I was in the Army, yeah.
Cool. My nephew's in the Army.
Yeah.
He was in there for 4 years.
Okay. Did he ever get deployed?
Yeah, he was. What was that country over there?
Afghanistan or Iraq, probably.
Yeah, but the actual no, one of the cities. Ah, man.
Kuwait?
Yeah, Kuwait.
That's not a deployment.
No, what is that?
I mean, it is. Technically, it is.
Oh, okay. It's not the man version of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay,
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
what you
Like,
mean.
you don't get shot at in Kuwait.
No, he was just like some kind of guard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's done now, but he doesn't know what to do with himself now.
He should go to college. He should use his GI Bill to go to college. Even if you fail, you still get your money. They still pay you like $1,200 a month is what they pay me to get D's. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ought to talk to him about that. Because he doesn't know what he wants to do. He's trying to find a job, but then like all the jobs he's applying for, he wants to get paid more. And I'm like, dude, come on now.
Quit school,
And,
don't work. That's my philosophy. Yeah, she's laughing because she knows this motherfucker.
Oh man.
So yeah,
He's talking to his wife, by the way.
yeah, my wife is off camera, looking at me disappointingly.
Yeah, she's totally judging us, by the way. Like you're her boyfriend or you're her husband.
Yeah.
She knows all your shit. Now she's learning all this crazy shit about me. She's like, you are never hanging out with that guy outside of the comedy stores. You hear me?
And if you do, you're driving.
Hey, babe, Rudy asked me if I wanted to go to titty club. Is that okay? I'm like, no!
Never. Yeah, she'll go with us.
Oh, she's one of those fun chicks.
Yeah, she is. Like, we'll do the thing where
High five to that?
I'll stand. She'll stand in front of me. She'll stand between me and the stage.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
That's always the best way to do it, really.
yeah.
Because if she goes up there by herself, there's a chance of like a guy be like, oh, yeah, how you doing?
And then I gotta kill somebody. I don't want to
That
kill
is true.
somebody.
Uh,
Yeah. I got stationed in Korea. When I
Yeah.
was in the army. Yeah. So.
of course, South for sure. You know.
South Korea.
There's no way you could be
I
stationed north.
I was in Area 4, which is pretty south. There's 4 areas in Korea,
Yeah.
and yeah, I was down south. So
How do the mics look? They're picking up sound okay?
we good.
Cool, thanks.
We good.
You know
on
what?
audio?
I'm gonna take a quick second off screen.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was stationed in Korea, and my job there was pretty much just to get drunk and hang out with prostitutes. It was a lot of fun. We call them juicy girls, or drinky girls. Yeah, Joe Coy talks about that a lot on one of his specials, which is funny. And Joe Coy is absolutely correct.
Wait. They call the trannies?
No, not the transsexuals.
I thought you were talking about the lady boys.
No, man. I hung out with.
I was like, damn, Everett, you partying over there in the
Did I? Is that why they only wanted to do anal? Ugh, sigh.
I thought they were just cool chicks.
Yeah. Cool chicks with hairy asses.
Oh, that birth control here.
God. So yeah, Korea's fun though, man. Korea's a really good duty station. If you like to drink and don't value your liver, it's a pretty good time. I was such a shitty soldier. It's okay though.
Everett, you got any stories about being on stage?
About being on stage?
Did I get any crazy happen?
Not yet. I mean,
Have you ever been confronted by a person?
no,
No.
I haven't. Nobody's come up to me and just been.
Not doing dirty enough.
I don't. I'm not. I'm trying. I got to do clean. I'm trying to get booked. I want to be an MC someday. And they don't let you MC if you do dirty stuff.
No, they don't.
Can't talk about your cock. Well, you can. They just won't have you back. And speaking of cocks, why is it that Snickers bars have dick veins on them? That's disgusting, isn't it?
Did you just recently think about that?
I saw a meme that brought it to my attention. So, yeah, I was like, you know what? That's 100% accurate. That looks like a big black dick.
Well-
I know because I watch that kind of porn.
Well, I don't know, man. We have to take it up with Snickers because Almond Joy doesn't have that problem.
True.
They put the almond on top, and then they have the coconut, and then they drizzle chocolate over it, and it looks cool, smooth. What is Snickers doing? Are they like, let's do this, and all the ridges? Some girls want to get kinky with it.
Let's make it look like a cock. Use it as a dildo.
Don't do that again, please.
All my friends know that I've like lost my mind, so my friends are watching this. They're like, yeah, that's Everett being Everett. But if like somebody that I don't know is watching this, they're probably like, this motherfucker has lost his shit. That's a crazy person. Accurate.
Well, see, I don't act crazy, but I do say some crazy shit. So people be like, what the hell did he just say?
I've seen her act now.
Hey, come on now.
It's good though.
I do. I don't know why. That's just how I have fun. And some people think it's like a little too over the edge. Sometimes it's a little too insensitive.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
You don't know where the line is unless you cross it every once in a while, right?
I do it all the time.
Yeah. Just piss on it.
I did a workshop.
Okay.
At Monasting.
Oh, what is that? Tin
Panther.
Tin Panther on Mondays. That's a good deal. I like that.
And Mana's talking to me about my cadence and all that, right?
Oh, the cadence of your voice.
And they told me about the joke I said and the way I was saying it.
Yeah.
And so I was listening to him. I was like, okay, so you're telling me it's too not dirty, but like yeah. Not she didn't. I didn't say raunchy. I forget what word I said. I actually have it recorded. Maybe I'm not gonna pull it up though. and Diaz was like, "Yeah, you." I was like, "You're way over the." But stuff like that makes me laugh.
Yeah. Right?
When I have somebody tell me that is way not cool, that makes me laugh even harder. Because it was a joke about the fucking El Paso shooting.
Oh, okay. You can't joke. You gotta wait. What is it, like 21 years?
I don't know. I wanted to wait. I wanted to get it while it was fresh in everybody's head.
Yeah. You got to, because we have here in America we have what, mass shooting every week? Every 1 week. Yeah. Isn't that fun? No.
What do you think about that? What do you think about what's your stance on
Mass shootings? I don't like them.
What about gun control?
Gun control? I mean, I think background checks can be a little more stringent. That doesn't mean I think that we should go knocking door to door and taking people's, guns away. That's you people here. I think we should tighten up background checks and like, you guys guns. Yeah, like
what do you think? What do you think about the whole AR? How they want to like ban AR-15?
I don't think they should ban the AR-15 at all.
ARs. No.
Period. No. I mean, I don't think anybody should own like a fucking Mark 19 or a fully automatic, mounted 50 cal or anything. But I mean, I just think I think they should do more stringent psychological evaluations. Honestly, I think you should have to take like a 250 question psych eval before you can buy a gun, and that's good for 10 years or something.
You know what? I have an idea, which kind of falls under what we could do about gun control, but it starts with mandatory military at 18 years old.
Yeah,
or as soon as you get out of high school.
They do that in South Korea. You got to do 2 years. 2 years.
Yeah,
mandatory.
I was thinking, okay, here's my thought about it. And it would also solve, like, not solve, but help with the police thingy. I was thinking,
police thingy. this epidemic that we have of
police
people of color being targeted by
the police thingy. I was saying, like, if people, when you get out of high school or you're 18, you have until you're 20 to do the police academy.
Okay.
Like, not to be a police officer. But to go through the struggles of what a police officer has to do to become a cop.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you'd they would get like they'd learn safety on weapons, guns.
Yeah.
They would learn how to talk to people in situations.
De-escalate.
Yeah, de-escalating, stuff like that.
Yeah.
All the stuff that cops are supposed to know. If everybody had to go through police academy, and then, like, I'm not saying become a cop.
Yeah.
I'm just saying go through it so you understand why they act in certain ways. And then I feel like more people would have more appreciation for police officers because they have been there.
Yeah.
But like, people could, like, if you wanted to, you're like, this is actually something fun. People could actually want to do it and just continue as a police officer. And then everybody would understand what it's like to be a cop. And then we would have not so much tension between police. We'd also, like, while we're doing that, since everybody has to do it, of course, you're going to be evaluated about whether or not you're mental enough to even have a gun. So that would fix that problem. Obviously, if you're not mental enough to do the police academy, you probably shouldn't have a gun.
True. 100%.
So I had thought about that, and it's not like it's like. But here's the one thing: nobody likes having to do something.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, we have to get driver's license or IDs when we're 18. Why can't we just do this? I mean, it doesn't take that long. I know. Tú cállate.
It's just because she's off the grid.
Okay, yeah. Okay, in a room of 4, one person's off the grid.
You don't need an ID.
Yeah.
They don't ask you for yours.
No. They're like, oh, please, princess. Why not?
After you. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, she does look really young. So.
Yeah. You gotta memorize your driver's license number. Spit it back at them. I thought we were in America.
Yeah. So that's my idea. Like, I feel like it would really, really work.
I think
in many ways. But, like, how would you? Well, I mean, I guess you can implement that if you become the president or something like that. But it's not a bad idea. What do you think? Do you see any faults in that idea?
I think it'd be really good for weapons safety. I think it's a huge thing too. Like when I was in the Army, they taught us how to use rifles. There was basic training boot camp. That was like 50% of it was how to use your firearm correctly. And people go to Walmart and they buy their shotguns and they get to figure it out by themselves. I mean, look at Joe Exotic's lover. There's this dude Joe Exotic.
Yeah,
oh my God, Joe Exotic is like my spirit animal. He owned like this tiger reserve in Oklahoma.
What?
Yeah, this is when I found out that Oklahoma and Texas rednecks are 2 different breeds of cat. Pardon the pun. But he had like 500 tigers on this like.
Where did you see this about or hear about this?
Jennifer was like, "Hey, I got a Groupon to go see this insane person." Anyway, so his one of his lovers, he had 2 husbands, and one of his husbands thought that if you took the magazine out of the pistol, that it wouldn't fire, even if there was one in the chamber. So when he tests this theory, the first time that he tests it, it's against his temple, not at a tree, not at a target, against his temple. These are Oklahoma rednecks, folks. And yeah, he shot himself. But if he had been trained on weapons safety, he'd still be alive, which is probably not a good thing.
How long have you lived in Texas?
I lived in Texas, God, okay. So I moved to El Paso 2011.
2011?
So about 8 years.
8 years? So you've been here 8 years and you already know the deep rivalries between Texas and Oklahoma?
Yeah.
For some reason.
Good God.
There's like some deep rivalry between Texas and Oklahoma. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I just know that people from Texas say Oklahoma people are retarded. And that, and I don't know what people from Oklahoma say about people from Texas. But I'm pretty sure it has something to do with steers and queers because that's what everybody always goes down to. That's like their default joke.
Yeah. No, I think people from Texas say, we don't like people from Oklahoma. And people from Oklahoma say,
It's fucking stupid, man.
Fuck them. So, people from Oklahoma don't have the internet.
Quick,
It'll be fine.
Quick quick thing about that. I've been listening to this radio show for the longest time, for like probably 3 or 4 years. It's called the John Clay Wolf Show.
Okay.
Now that's on Saturday mornings from 8 to 11.
Okay.
On 92.5.
Okay.
Now, when I listen to that, the main guy is always talking shit about people from Oklahoma.
Okay.
All the time. And that's where I first like. I mean, I've heard it a couple of other times, but that's where I'm like, Jesus Christ, people from Texas really don't like people from Oklahoma.
Yeah, dude.
Because they'll call in and he'll be like, it's like, oh my God, let me guess how many miles you have on, because he buys cars on the radio, and he's like, let me guess how many miles you have on this 2004, like fucking Ford S10 or Ford whatever kind of truck. Like 200 and blah blah miles, and you want how much for it?
God.
He talks so much shit about people from Oklahoma.
Good.
And
Yes,
you know what's cool though? I had this guy from that radio show on the podcast before.
Okay.
His name's DJ Preke.
Okay.
DJ Preke is the guy. He's got a couple bits on the radio.
Yeah.
And he also answers the phone when you call the radio station, because
okay.
you can call in live to be put on the air.
Yeah.
I actually had him on, and now there's this other radio personality on the show. I'm gonna have him on.
Okay.
And that dude has been doing like radio for like 30 years.
Okay.
So that's gonna be fun to have both of them on.
Yeah. That's gonna be dope.
September 1st, by the way.
Okay.
September 1st.
Okay.
It's gonna be at 7:30 p.m. It's a Sunday.
Okay.
But he's gonna be on. It's just gonna be fun to have a talk to that guy.
Yeah, like
And be like,
career
I
radio
want to ask him, like, what is this whole thing between Texas and Oklahoma? Like, because I grew up in Iowa.
Oh, okay. Fuck, that sucks.
Yeah, I did. It was fucking boring. I did a lot of acid.
Yeah.
And I drank, and I got drunk so much and got stuck in the snow a lot.
Oh my God.
Drunk walking home from snow is nothing like drunk walking in just regular. It is so much wilder.
Oh.
It is so much crazier.
That's
Because
funny.
not only that, but everything is white, and you're just like trying to focus. You don't even know if you're on the sidewalk anymore or not.
Yeah.
You could be walking through someone's yard, and you wouldn't be able to tell.
Fall down. Well, I guess I'm making a snow angel.
Yeah, man, you would fall. You wouldn't want to get up. You're like, oh man. Anyway, why did I bring up Iowa? Oh yeah, because when I grew up in Iowa,
Okay.
so we didn't really have a sports team.
Okay.
So I never really got into sports.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would have got into sports or not
Yeah.
if the scenario was different.
Right.
But we didn't have like rivalry with like Illinois.
Yeah.
So I never learned this whole pride of your area.
Yeah.
Because, it was so lame. Why would you be proud to be from there?
I didn't choose where I was born. Like this.
There was one thing.
What?
Wisconsin.
What about, don't fucking bring in your piece of shit little fucking wannabe Canadian state over here?
Do you have any cheese?
What?
Do you have any cheese, like in your pockets, because you're from Wisconsin?
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Everyone in that area just don't like people from Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
I never
The way
heard
they
that.
talk.
Wisconsin.
This is South Canada.
I'm from South Canada. That's funny.
Mm-hmm. They pretty much do sound like Canadians.
Canadians are so nice.
They are.
Well, on
On
the surface.
the surface. They hate it. I wonder why. I wonder why they hate Americans.
Nah.
Maybe it's because, never mind. Pompous assholes.
I don't think people really hate Americans though. I've heard other comics that travel around be like, no, like you guys don't hate Americans. You just you don't. Oh shit, I'm fucked up.
A beer and a half in.
Shut up, Everett.
Never.
I don't even know where I was going with that. Forget that. Let's switch topics, man.
Well, we're talking about like regional pride, and it's like you have no control over where your parents fuck.
Yeah, I never understood that. It's just, just the dirt I'm from. I was
Yeah.
in this area.
Like, I love the fact that I'm from Southern California. Big ups to Bakersfield, but
Bakersfield.
it's not any better than anywhere else.
I mean, it's different, but I mean, it's still the same old dirt.
Yeah, same old dirt. We have better meth, I guess.
I guess. I don't know anything about that.
Really good meth in Bakersfield. Yeah, that's what we're known for. It's our #1 export.
Shut up.
Seriously,
No, it is
Google it. Google
not. No,
it.
no.
You make the meth in Shafter, right? And then you take it to Bakersfield for export.
Where does a lot of the meth come from? Did it come from Mexico?
Mexico? I don't know. No. Meth is a white thing. Meth is trailer.
Well,
park
here's the
meth.
thing. Okay, I mean, I shouldn't say this.
I think cocaine comes from South America.
I
through
knew
Mexico.
a guy who was very, very illegal,
Okay.
and he would sell meth, like big bags of meth.
Yeah.
But this was like maybe 10 years ago, before it really became an epidemic like it is now.
Breaking Bad was on A&E.
Yeah. So so I was wondering. I was like, is that coming from Mexico that he's
Yeah.
in? Yeah.
No. It's,
He got in the game way before it got popular, huh?
Right? Probably making it himself. You know? Just in a trailer
That
somewhere.
shit's tricky as fuck, man.
It's, from what I hear, yeah.
Like, I can make crack. I know how to make crack. Crack.
Oh, is that on your resume?
Crack is, yeah, why not? I've made crack before. I know the steps. I know you're supposed to use copper to collect it.
Oh my god. It's funny.
But the only thing is, like, when I would smoke it, it really didn't do the same. I'd rather just be a little coked up.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think you should admit to past crimes on camera.
I don't give a shit.
Ones that we have. Hey, these are just jokes. This is hypothetical.
Yeah,
We're
this is a
rehearsing-
comedy podcast. None of this is real.
We're rehearsing for a play right now. You know?
I'm not even a real person.
Yeah. I would, for the record, I would never do anything that's against the law. I would never break the law knowingly or intentionally. The end.
The fuck is it?
So there's one time I'm snorting coke out of a hooker's ass, right?
You do it off the nipple. Come on, everybody knows that.
Nipple? That's, not how Wolf of Wall Street started. Come on.
Wolf of Wall Street is such a good movie.
That is such a good movie. I love that movie.
So back to your wife never letting you hang out with me.
Yeah, ever again. Oh my god, yeah, this is gonna be a fun conversation on the way home.
Oh my goodness, she's like, who the fuck was that? Where did you take me, Everett?
Never doing another podcast.
Oh my god, no, dude, these podcasts are so much fun. I
I'm
love
having
them.
a blast.
I'm glad you are, man.
Fuck yeah, put a
I'm
live
glad you're
mic
up
in my
on here.
face and just let me go.
What else can we talk about? How long have we been going anyway?
47 minutes.
That's it?
Keep it going.
What? Yeah, let's keep it going.
I got shit else to do today. Let's talk about the Butch Lord Showcase on September
8th.
9th. September 8th, yeah. September 8th at Hyenas Fort Worth. Doors are at 7. Show starts at 8. I'm going to be performing. Rudy's going to be performing.
Yes, I am.
A bunch of people are going to be performing.
You know- You know what's funny?
What's that?
Butch is actually staying in one of my rooms right now.
Is he there right now?
I don't know.
Is he asleep?
I don't know.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I heard that he didn't have anywhere to stay, and I was
Yeah.
like, Butch, I have an empty room if you want.
So Butch is still on the couch tour from hell, huh?
Yeah. So I told him that if he wanted to sit in on a podcast, he could. But
Yeah, Butch has done radio, but Butch has done a bunch of radio.
yeah, he's done a lot of shit, man.
He's actually got a gig coming up, I think. I don't know when they're going to start, but he signed like a year or 2 deal on the FM radio,
Yeah,
local DFW stuff. Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to being on the showcase. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. I've been working on my set, and it was like the first time I did it was cool. Then I fucked with it, and it turned to shit.
Yeah.
And I did it last night at Plano,
Oh, okay.
Hyenas in Plano.
Yeah.
Went pretty good.
Cool.
Now if I know what?
She's like, nope.
Wait,
you
know what?
Fucking bomb. You still bombed. He's like, oh my god. That look, if he could just.
Did you hear that?
I did.
I love taking criticism from non-comics. I do. It's my favorite thing. Tell me all about how to tell jokes because you've never been on stage.
Tell me who to be when I'm on stage. This is your voice now.
That is one of the weirdest things. I've never done something where people are like trying to give me advice on how to do it when they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, I've had that.
No idea. I mean, they.
Just told you that it wasn't to do the first time.
Okay, first of all, I already switched off of you. So don't get defensive. I'm not talking about you anymore.
Not everything's about you.
Yeah, yeah, little Lana.
Oh, that's funny. I've had people come up to me afterwards and be like, "Hey, you should do this, and that." And I'm like, "Yeah, but then why don't you do it that way?
Yeah.
If you like that so much, you go fucking do it like that. And I'm gonna do my thing.
True,
I'm
man.
gonna fail on my own. That's how you learn.
Have you? Okay, here's the thing about me. I feel like I still haven't found who I am on stage.
Yeah, totally.
Do you have that feeling too?
I feel like I'm getting there. I feel like I'm starting to find my character and starting to find my voice, but sometimes it's just like, I don't know who the hell I am. And that's just not on stage. That's like in life.
Oh, wait. Hey, does she need toilet paper?
Probably.
Hey, Lana, can you get her some TP?
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
Jennifer's going to the bathroom right now. I told her there was no toilet paper in there.
I forgot to. I don't. Okay.
You need toilet paper?
No, I'm from the country. I know how to drip it off.
Drip it off. That's my wife.
That is your wife.
Yeah. God, I love Texas. So much better than Oklahoma.
Did you find her when she was hunting bucks or something?
Swipe right.
It's actually
What do you mean swipe right? Like Tinder?
Tinder, hell yeah.
You got wait. You guys are a Tinder couple?
Tinder couple.
I thought those were like legends, man.
Yeah, I know.
No
3 years
way.
strong. Yeah. Swiped right. I had to convince her to go out to dinner with me. She was like, "Let's just go get some coffee. Let's go get some coffee." And I was like, I want to go get a steak." And then our first date, I was 30 minutes late.
Dude, you gotta keep them waiting, man. You gotta keep
Right, you know?
No, you know how much shit they put us through.
It gives you extra time to pound beers in the shower, you know?
No, okay, that 30 minutes is you whacking off so you're not all tensed up when you go on the date.
That's true. We discovered this 1997, something about Mary. Check your ears for the cum, because they'll put it in their hair.
By the way, it does not work for comedy.
No.
You're still very nervous when you go. You can whack off 3 times in a row, you're still gonna be nervous when you go on stage.
I get nervous like when there's like a big crowd, but like at the open mics when it's like 9 comics, I could care less. You know.
When it's mostly comics or
Yeah.
just all comics,
Yeah.
I don't even feel like doing my regular bit. I just
Right.
say whatever.
Right. Let's go up there and talk shit.
But it's fun because sometimes that saying whatever can lead on to other stuff.
Yeah.
And you can say that later on.
And that's where you find stuff too. You kind of stumble.
You know,
upon
I
something
find
good.
certain comics don't like it when you do that because they think that you're wasting their time.
Okay. Well, it's not
because-
their time. It's my time. And I
because-
drove an hour to be here. So
Because they're like, you know, we're comics, we're really trying, and I get that. I get that they're really trying, but like when someone like the way I do comedy and I go up there and I just wanna. My problem is I say I don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah.
I need to stop doing that.
Yeah. Stop doing
But
that. And,
but if I go up there and like sometimes some of the weirdest moments of comedy that I have is when I go up there with nothing to say and let's see what pops out of my head.
Yeah. That's always fun. I like doing that. And like the other night, I had a set. Like I wrote my set out and was like, I'm gonna hit this, and this. And then by the time I hit the microphone, I was just like, I ditched all of it.
I've done that before too, man.
It's just like,
I've done that
fuck it,
before
let's
too.
riff. Yeah.
To me, that's what makes it the most fun thing I could do.
That's why it's fun, man.
That is why it's fun. And I have, I always try to tell myself, like, I'm doing this because I like it. And if for some reason...
God knows we're not doing it for the money.
If for some reason people make it seem like it's not fun, though. And and I feel like, no, if this starts to be more work than actual fun...
Yeah.
Then I feel like I might as well be at the stupid day job that I work at right now.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm doing something I'm not happy.
Yeah, you're going through the motions at that point.
And I don't want that.
Yeah.
I do comedy because it's fun to me, because I really enjoy it.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't think everybody agrees with that vision, which is fine. But like, I don't think it should be.
Hey.
I don't think they should impose their vision on what my vision is.
I think that that's true not only in comedy but in life. If people would stay in their own lanes, wouldn't that be nice? If we all minded our own.
Look, we can
business?
all have different opinions.
Exactly. Can I get one of those too, please? Thank you. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Jesus,
your
Lana.
your
That's a lot of
experience isn't everybody's experience, and what I mean, you don't take. Not everybody takes the same road to get to the same destination. And,
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's just the way that it is. So you do it your way, I'll do it mine, and you know, whoever will do it their way, and that's just, you know, being a comedian is like kind of being like a small business owner. You know, like you are your brand, and you have, I mean, and your brand is your responsibility, and that's your vision, and you know.
I feel like my business is what Starbucks was when they got in trouble for kicking those black people out.
That's your business.
That's what my business
Oh
is.
my
I'm
God.
constantly getting in trouble.
Oh, well, I am eagerly looking forward to throwing a brick through the window of your business. Oh my God. Oh, black masks and gasoline. That's funny.
I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot. But it has something to do with. Oh, okay, I get it. I remember. Remember how I was telling you earlier how I did that workshop with Mana?
Yeah.
One of her criticisms about my joke was that it was too harsh, but it's like she started saying how, like, you know, certain comics like that, you know, you're not to that level where certain comics can get away with it, like, you know, Bill Burr, Anthony Jeselnik, and she said someone else. And even though she was saying that I shouldn't do it because I need to get up there first, what stuck out to me was that she was, in a way, comparing me to Bill Burr.
Yeah.
And Bill Burr is one of my favorite comics. And if she's saying I'm anything like him, fuck yeah.
Yeah, right?
Fuck yeah.
I got the same thing once. Somebody was telling me, you know, you can't say stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. And that, like, Andrew Dice Clay didn't even start like that. Andrew Dice Clay wasn't even Dice Clay when he started. I was just like, you think my stuff is like Dice? Thank you so much.
You do a very good princess. You know that? One diva queen.
It's the California.
Why is it that only gay guys talk like that?
I don't know, man.
Have you ever heard my bit about me when I say I'm tired of gay guys taking the lisp because I have a lisp?
Okay.
And I joke around how, like, you can't fucking make a speech impediment in your thing.
Right?
Like, because now everybody thinks I'm gay because I have a lisp. I know I have a lisp.
Born with this.
I know I have. Yeah, I can't help it. And,
oh my God.
and it's fucked up.
Gaffling my shit.
It's fucked up. I have a speech impediment. I have a lisp. I am not gay.
Yeah.
That is not cool that they took a fucking speech impediment. I mean, imagine if they would have took stuttering.
Right?
Like, right, if they were like, suck that. Cock. I'm like, oh. And then if you had a speech impediment and you couldn't help it, they're like, oh, this guy's gay. Let me get up there. I'm not gay.
You do that on stage?
No.
Oh, you fucking should.
I don't need to go that far into it, though. Like.
Write that down. That's funny.
Oh, I'm dying. Is it funny or am I just too high?
No, that's funny.
You know why I made that face though? Because I knew a guy was a speech impediment, and when he was struggling with it, his lips would like go in opposite directions, like. So that's how I learned. Like, oh, well, that's what they do when they're making, you know, that's how they make their face.
Yeah.
And I knew this guy who had, that same guy who was a speech impediment. But, like, God was like, okay, we'll give you a speech impediment, but I'm going to give you a big dick, because I heard he had a really big dick, like a 9-incher. And I was like, what? I was like, man, there is a God. Come on now. You can't say there isn't. I mean, dude can barely say 3 words in 10 seconds.
He's got a fucking Coke can cock. You take the good with the bad in this life, you know?
Oh, man.
I thought I knew a guy with a speech impediment. Turns out he was just from Massachusetts.
Massachusetts?
Yeah.
I don't
They
know.
talk like this in Massachusetts, don't they? I was like, ugh.
Kinda.
God, have you had a stroke, sir? Do you smell burnt toast? Do I need to get you to the hospital?
Oh, okay. I need to take a bathroom break.
You take a bathroom break. I'm gonna talk more shit. I don't know who exactly is on the lineup for the September 8th show. I know it's me and Rudy. There's probably gonna be some heavy hitters, which always has heavy hitters sprinkled throughout the show because they can entertain the crowds better than, well, not necessarily better, but they have more experience entertaining the crowds than the new guys. The showcases are generally inexperienced comics. It's kind of like getting your first, taste of a live audience, of a real live audience, because open mics are not a real live audience. It's mostly comics that are sitting around waiting for their 5 minutes. They've heard all the bits 1,000 times. It's just like, oh yeah, this is where he says the thing about his dick, punchline, laugh, So, but yeah, it's gonna be a great time. $5. I tried to go online and see if you could get the Butch Lord Showcase tickets, but it says they're sold out, which they're not. I know for a fact because I still have 8 tickets in my bag. We're gonna try to sell that fucker out though. I made a flyer the other day that said, if this show doesn't sell out, I'm gonna set myself on fire. Fingers crossed, motherfuckers. In the liar type of way, not the I hope I get to set myself on fire kind of way. That would suck. God's probably gonna do it for me one of these days.
Of the Butch Lord Showcase, how many of those have you done?
I've done. This will be my 4th one. I want to say.
Only 4?
Only 4, yeah.
I think I got 6 under my belt.
Yeah, I took a step back, man. I took a step back from comedy back in November.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting back into it now, though.
Yeah, I took a step back too when I had my kids.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, I was gone for a couple months.
Yeah, I know you were. I was like, where the fuck is Rudy?
I was gone for like 2 months because I had my kids, and I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to ask somebody to watch them for me.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm gonna just spend as much time as I could because I'm working Monday through Friday. That doesn't even give me that much time with them.
Yeah. It's tough, man. Doing comedy, having a family, like, it's kind of rough sometimes, because, you go to a mic at, 8 o'clock at night, you sacrifice time with your family, but in the end, it's like I'm doing this for my family, hopefully, eventually.
Yeah. When I have struggles, sometimes I like to imagine, or I like to not imagine, but I like to put this thought in my head where like, remember why you're doing this.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I'm not gonna spend time with my kids, if I'm not gonna be able to be there for them, I better do something with my life.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fucking worth it.
Right.
Because if I just stay at, if I just like work the normal 9 to 5 job like what I do now,
Like a
and
soulless
just
human
did
being.
nothing,
Yeah.
I
like what you do. That's different.
I would like, I don't know, I might have killed myself at one point.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah. I feel you, man. Like, you gotta...
But when I have those, like I said, when I have those downtimes where I'm feeling like, like I don't know if this is the best thing for me or if I'm doing the right choices.
Yeah.
And I just think of my 2 sons. I'm like, no,
Keep pushing.
I don't have to make something out of this,
Yeah.
but I gotta try.
Yeah, you gotta give it a shot. You
I gotta
give
try.
your fucking best, I mean, the thing that I love about comedy is that if you're a soldier, you gotta wake up every day and be a soldier. If you are, a club manager, you gotta wake up every day and be a club manager. When you're a comedian, you can be whoever you want to be from night to night to night. Like, who am I gonna be today? I love that.
Oh, yeah.
I love that I can just...
That's just like a perk of it, the freedom.
Yeah. I
Which
get to
is-
express myself. I get to be myself.
But that's also kind of why I have a hard time doing certain things the way I should be doing. Like when it comes to like being too rude, too crass.
Within the guidelines of what's
I
acceptable.
did, yeah. That's why, because I got into this, and because that's a factor that I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I have somebody telling me
Yeah.
that I shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, hey, now I got into this to do whatever the fuck I wanted,
Yep.
not to fucking find
Not to...
another fucking boss that like.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody tells me I shouldn't be doing something like that, those words
Yeah.
become my boss.
It's like, I don't want rules.
It's like, I didn't do this to find a new boss.
can
And just
go-
it's not even a real person, just words.
Yeah, I can... It's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. But, if I wanted to have guidelines, I'd go work at Best Buy or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Fucking might be like an IT guy at Apple or something.
Yeah. Be the squeegee boy at a peep show. That's a shit job, let me tell you.
Okay, if you could do any job, like just for the fuck of it, like let's just say you could pick any job, what job would you do?
Oh God, that's a good. Other than comic, Jesus.
Let's just say you are a comic, right? And
Okay.
you could do whatever you want. What would you do? Like, would you find and like let's just say you find a job just for the fuck of it. What job would you do?
I mean, honestly, if I could do whatever I wanted, I want to be a writer.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be a lot of fun to be in a writer's room with other, creative talent, trying to put something together and throw a bunch of shit at a wall, see what works. But other than that, probably a cop, so I could just do terrible things to people with impunity.
Oh man.
I told you I was gonna get on here and talk shit. I've already flipped off the camera like 5 times.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Okay, so
what about you? What would you do if you could do anything? Like, just for the hell of it.
I think I just want to be the guy that cleans the White House.
The guy that cleans the White House?
Yeah.
Why's that?
I don't know. I just feel like it'd be like it's got so much history.
Uh-huh.
It's huge, so I'd never see the same room at least once in a year.
It's probably a lot easier to clean out the Bill Clinton's office.
And because it's so big, I'd probably be like, just by myself most times, doing whatever I want.
You don't have to be,
I don't
working
know
in the
why.
White House to be by yourself.
I don't know why that just popped into my head.
Oh.
What about the guy who cleans the White House?
Did you see that guy that lit himself on fire on the fucking White House lawn?
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No.
That was like 3 or 4 months ago. Some dude protested and went all Shaolin monk or whatever, a la Vietnam, and lit himself on fire.
I
on the
bet
White
he
House lawn.
yelled like a bitch though.
He probably did.
Yeah,
he didn't have that
some other
center
guy
of
do
zen.
that though?
Hmm?
Some guy did that in India, right? Where he went in. I think they have it recorded, and where he went. I think it was in India, but they're like he was like doing what's that thing that Gandhi did when he did the 19 who?
A protest? That's not specific enough. That's a broad.
Yeah,
You
it's a certain type of protest.
What is
Maybe
it?
it is protest.
Nonviolent resistance.
So
is the term they use.
so the guy sat down, put gasoline on, and then lit himself on fire, and just sat there.
Yeah.
Without saying a word.
That's on the cover of Rage Against the Machine's first or second album.
You sure?
I think so.
No.
Yeah, look it up.
I thought one of the covers was a guy running on fire.
No, that's the cover was the monk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I love Rage though.
Rage is cool. I wish they'd come back.
Their first 3 episodes were amazing. Their first 3 albums were amazing.
First 3 episodes. Their episodes, songs, or records. No, Rage is cool. I wish they'd come back because I think they could say some relevant shit in today's political climate.
Do you think that'd be a good idea? Because he got what's his name got a little real political, and that's kind of why. Yeah, Zach De La Rocha got a little political, and I hear that's why they kind of broke up.
Yeah, I heard he would just go off on rants when he was on stage for like 15 fucking minutes, and everybody's kind of like, "We're here to." See you play your songs, dude. Like, we know you vote Democrat. We got it.
See, now he's the guy who'd be like the rock star today, and then do your own podcast and let your word be spoken.
Exactly. Save your music for when you're on stage, you're doing your thing, and then, voice your opinions.
Just remember what you say might make those venues smaller and smaller.
Yeah, anything you say can and will be used against you in ticket sales.
Yeah. I sometimes I don't think about that too hard when I do the podcast. But I do gotta remember, hey, what I'm saying now is online forever.
This is forever until that second asteroid wipes us all out. This is forever. So it's all good. I'm one of those people that doesn't really give too much of a fuck what other people think of me.
I don't either.
So let that shit fly. If you don't like it, cool. Change the fucking channel. Period.
Yeah, guys, fucking turn into another fucking FM station.
Yeah, God, you want me to go on stage and be Mickey Mouse?
You know what?
I'll be Mickey Mouse.
I do want to say this. I'm glad that you're not working at Heinz anymore.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like not well. Cause I was like, why? I was like, when you first started doing, I was like, he's a comic, right? And then it was like, yeah, he is. I was like, well, wouldn't this take out of his being able to do comedy?
Yeah, it did. Jason Russell actually told me. Jason Russell's very funny, by the way. He's a nationally touring headliner. He's going out to LA pretty soon to really give it a go. But Jason Russell told me when I first started, he was like, "You need to watch professional comics, all the time." And Hyenas gave me the opportunity to get paid to do that. So I would sit in the room every single show from start to finish for a year, 5 shows a week, and watch the pros. And I think I've learned a lot about how to handle hecklers and how to host.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it did take time away from like performing comedy, because on the days that I could perform comedy, I didn't want to, because I spend fucking 4 days a week at a comedy club. I don't want to go down to a comedy club and perform. Like I have to be at a comedy club 4 days a week. So, and then Jason was actually the one that told me I should quit.
Quit doing comedy or quit the job?
Quit at Hyenas, because he said he was like, they don't see you as a comic, they see you as a door guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not. I worked the door and I did security for Hyenas. Telling hecklers to be quiet and taking out the trash and stuff. But Jason was like, you gotta get out of there because you're not a comic to them. So I did. It's been a year there. I feel like that was a hell of an education.
Wow, you were there a whole year?
A whole year. Yeah. From May.
I tend to forget how long I've been doing comedy sometimes. I've been doing almost a year and a half, a little bit over.
I started in April. And then, 3 weeks later, I was hired on at Hyenas. It's pretty cool.
What was I gonna say about that? Yeah, okay. Like I've heard like a bunch of other comics talk about how they start off as door guys and whatnot. But I think their scenario is different because they'll do it over there at the comedy store.
Store in LA.
And like they'll work the door. Yeah, they'll work the door, but then they'll still get a chance to go on stage.
Yeah,
you don't get that at Hyenas.
No, I mean every once in a while. I think Billy D. Washington saw me do an open mic, and he asked me to do a guest set in Dallas. And then once a feature didn't show, so I got to do 5 minutes because they needed somebody to go up there and kill time.
Yeah.
But aside from those two situations, nobody came up and was like, "Hey, you want to go on stage?" But I wasn't there to go on stage. I was there to learn. I was there to watch the pros do their thing and get paid to learn. And that's, I'm forever grateful for that opportunity. I think this is always going to be home.
Yeah, I did work there I still will go up there whenever they need me.
I'll take a call in a heartbeat when they want to call me and say, "Hey."
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's great, man. I love it. I think I have 2,500 pictures.
What?
2,500. Yeah.
You know how many guys I had to tell to put away their cameras because they saw you taking pictures?
Yeah, sorry. I thought I should have had like a little pass or something.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was like, man, can't they give them like a armband or something?
Yeah, like
that says they're employees. Because you would come in, take a picture, and walk away, and then this guy would be like,
"Oh, he fucking did it."
Yeah. Wait. Exactly. What about him? Or you'd be recording, and I'd be like, "No, he works here, man.
He works here. This is for the website. Okay, this isn't,
At least 6 or 7 times.
Yeah. It's the magic number.
I pissed off so many people when I was working though.
Oh my god.
Because I would tell them, "Hey, shut the fuck up," and they'd be like, "What?" I was like, "No, you shut up. You're too loud. Stop
We're
talking."
gonna get a call from Hyenas to come work the floor. Shut the fuck up, you stupid fuck.
Oh man.
Yeah, my line was always like, "Hey, I gotta ask you to keep it down so as to not be distracting from the performance or whatever."
Yeah.
And when they would be like, "What? I don't get it." But, "Dude, you're on football game. Bring it down to movie theater." Like, come on. If you wouldn't do this at a movie theater, whatever.
But see, that's the thing though. I think these idiots wouldn't know the difference.
A lot of people, it's their first time at a comedy club.
I think
They don't know. Like, I was trying to make the show better by engaging the comic. Like, you were distracting him. He's got jokes prepared. Shut up. It's okay. People don't know. They don't know.
Well, they know now, motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's cool. I like to. Whenever they got like that, I would ask them where they worked, and then I would just go to their job and shit on the floor.
I'm gonna stop by tomorrow and see Big J Okerson.
You mean tonight? Today's Saturday, bro.
Oh yeah, tonight. I'm gonna stop by tonight.
Tonight, it's on tonight.
Tonight, I'm gonna stop by around tonight. I'm gonna take my I have a spliff I got from Colorado.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna see if he wants to smoke it together.
Yeah, cool. First show sold out.
I'm going second show, but you know,
Yeah.
I don't pay for tickets, man. I just slide into one against the wall.
Comics don't have to pay for tickets. If you're tight with the club, you get in for free.
Yeah, see. But you gotta be tight with the club. Like
Yeah,
tight, you gotta know the right people. You can't be like tight with the kitchen guy.
Yeah.
He's not gonna get you free.
Oh, I miss Matt. I miss Matt so much.
Does he not work there?
No.
The dude with the long curly hair?
Yeah. Metalhead Matt. Yeah, he quit.
What?
Yeah.
Is it because he finally finished school?
No, he actually got a job. I think working in the kitchen at school.
Dude, he was there for. Why would you work at the kitchen at school?
Because it's closer, man. I think he moved closer to school.
Oh, he was there for so long.
Yeah, man. He's got his picture on the wall in the lobby, like, you know. Yeah, I think he worked there for 8-10 years.
Yeah, I talked to him one time. He was like, "Yeah, I've been here like I think somewhere between 8 to 10 years." I was like, "What?"
Yeah. I mean, off and on. I think he's quit, once or twice and then come back. But
Were you about to say something there, Lana?
I can't imagine working anywhere 8 to 10 years.
yeah.
You haven't. Your work life hasn't even been 8 to 10 years. What are you talking about?
That's true.
Your work life is like what, 6 years?
Robbing the cradle, man. What the fuck? She's laughing. Yes.
Hey, no.
It's okay. Oh.
What's that rule? Half your age, and then something else.
Half your age if you're 36 or over.
Oh, okay,
Otherwise, that
never
shit's
mind.
a felony.
Never mind. I swear she's 20 something, 26.
20 something. She's 20-ish.
Oh man.
That's funny.
Everett, you're funny, dude. This has been a lot of fun.
You're funny. I like it. Let's do this again. This is
You
cool.
said that kind of weird.
I like talking shit. Just go on there and let me go.
Okay, let's talk some shit.
Let's talk some
Who do you feel like anybody's keeping you down from going higher in the comedy scene?
No, ultimately, I am responsible for, the course of my ship or whatever. That's me. I mean, if you're not moving along, I mean, if you got the fucking goods,
Yeah.
nobody can deny it.
That's true.
It's be undeniable.
Just keep going.
Yeah, if you're good, the cream rises to the top always. And I think that just, what do they always say? I don't get paid in money. I get paid in phrases like "just keep grinding."
Who said that?
I don't know. I think I did. I saw it on a meme or something. It was in the comment section of
Okay.
the DFW forum. But yeah,
Oh, hey.
just keep grinding. Just keep grinding.
Right now, even though we're on the podcast, and probably should tell you off the podcast because it doesn't matter about the podcast. Do you want to do that thing for me where like I pay you a couple of like we said $750
I was gonna actually say I'll do it for free as long as you have me on once a month.
for free? No, I gotta give you something.
Have me on once a month. This is a platform for me to.
Once a month. Can I
shit.
do once a month? I can do once a month.
You can do once a month.
12
12
Yeah.
times a year. Fuck yeah. Have me on as a regular guest, and I will do flyers for you for free, 100%.
Lana, what do you think about that?
We
Does
got
that sound
shit
like a
on
deal?
tape.
What do you mean? What? Like, you not heard anything that we were talking about?
Listen.
Oh my goodness.
Listen. How entertaining is this when the people
God,
in the fucking
my-
room
my-
with us aren't even paying attention?
My assistant checked out.
Yeah, what? Shit.
No, I could do
Flyers.
I could do once a month. That's no problem.
Yeah, cool. I'm game.
And I'll just I'll just send you the picture and the date that my guest is coming on. You already know the Twitch. You already know
Twitch,
that.
UNG Odyssey, yeah.
Okay, you already have that, so you would just need the picture of me, the picture of the guest,
Okay.
and then I'll let you do whatever creativity you do.
Okay, cool. So like, I'll just superimpose your faces on.
Yeah, it's fine. Just
Like softcore gay porn, and it's like you guys just
whatever.
fucking away.
Whatever. You want to do that? Do it. It'll be me and Cortez. No, wait. It'll be me and Jorge Cortez.
Shit.
Just make sure I'm on top, man. I'm the bear. Come
You're
on
the
now.
top? Okay.
Yeah, come on. Look at
And
me.
the bear.
Cortez, pretty little self. Of course he's writing, bitch.
Oh my god! I saw him like walking around on his 2 feet the other day. He didn't even have a walking boot, and he was back in his shoes.
Yeah, he wears his boots sometimes off and on. But like I think well, I shouldn't say, but I mean I know from wearing the boot it helped a little bit, but like eventually I had to get off and strengthen my feet again.
Yeah.
Cause I had
Yeah. What'd you do to your foot or whatever?
not plantar fasciitis.
Foot fascism.
It's just one of those where
you
the
step
doctor
everywhere?
told me that the heel of the ball of my foot was splintering, was causing pain.
Stress fractures and shit?
Yeah, there you go. Kind of like a stress fracture.
Okay.
And funny thing is, I got it because I bought some really comfortable shoes,
Okay.
and I was at the time I was at work. I was using a cherry picker. You ever been on a cherry picker?
I haven't been on one, but I know what it is.
Okay, well they have the way they work. They have one ball on the floor. You have to put your foot on that in order for it to start.
Oh, okay.
Well, because my shoes were so fucking cushy,
Yeah.
well, pressing on that button for 8 hours a day caused fucking stress to the ball of my heel.
Okay.
And it was so stupid. My fucking feet were little bitches.
That's just no joke, man. Like,
And,
go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No. Well, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was gonna say when I was in basic training, I rolled my ankle,
Ooh.
and I stress fractures due to that like later because I kept marching on it and stuff. Yeah, it's just no fun, man. Like you kind of need your feet to hold up your whole body.
Yeah, you do. You need your feet.
That's a fact. You can't argue that one.
No, do you hear people who get their pinky toe cut off and then they're fucking they have to relearn how to walk? Because it's all different. Their balance is completely
Well,
off.
I mean, what is it? Those are your balance points right there. You lose a
I'm not
pinky
sure,
toe.
man.
Wait, no, those are the balance points, and then you lose your pinky toes.
There you go. Yeah, for the people right there.
God.
You are a fucking Stone Cold fan.
Yes, I am. I'm a huge wrestling mark, dude. That's one.
Wait, you're a wrestling fan? Like back in the day wrestling fan?
I started watching wrestling in 1996.
That's about when I started. I
Yeah.
watched 94, 96.
Yeah, 96.
96, 97, 98.
The Attitude Era,
And then I stopped after that because I started smoking pot.
yeah. No, I started watching like January '96.
What did you watch?
WWE. I'm a Shawn Michaels mark.
What?
I gave
Why am I
half-
not surprised that you would be a Shawn Michaels pretty boy fucking fan? When I saw him for Shawn Michaels, I thought he was cool, but I thought he did a lot of gay shit.
Oh, you mean like fucking Playgirl? Yeah. Did a lot of gay shit.
Hey, who do you think's taking the pics, man? There's some dudes back there.
my God.
Playgirls mainly is just for gay dudes. You know that.
I know.
You know that.
Yeah.
But like
don't-
that time, I remember one time it was Monday Night fucking Raw, and he was doing his sexy dance
Yeah,
bullshit,
his little stripper.
and he started lowering his crotch like all the way down, and I was just like, what the fuck?
dude.
All the ladies were going crazy, and I was just like, oh, come
Yeah.
on, Sean, I want to see that.
I don't even like.
Dude, the rivalry between him and Bret Hart were fucking legendary.
Fucking hated each other. That shit was so cool. They got into a fight backstage. Brett pulled out Sean's hair. Like, you can see it. Like you can see like the line.
Who do you think would actually win if they actually got into a real fight?
Oh, Bret Hart would kick his fucking
You think
ass.
so?
Oh, he was grappling like his entire life in his dad's basement.
That is
man.
true. He was a natural
Yeah,
grappler.
Yeah, it fucking establish a takedown, get him in a submission, finish the fight. That's what you do. Brett knows that.
Bret was a great fighter. I liked him. And then when they tried to do that whole Canada thing, I never fell for that. I was like, dude, he's a great wrestler.
I thought that was so cool when they did the Canada thing because Brett was coming out there getting on the microphone and just doing what we like to do and talk shit.
Yeah, he talked a lot of
He
shit.
talked a lot of shit, you know, and I thought that was so much fun. It was a good time for wrestling. Now it's kind of
I stopped watching a long time ago.
Just watch AEW.
Like, I was also a WCW fan.
Yeah, WC.
And they were playing on the same night. And I remember I have to switch back and forth.
Monday Night Raw and WCW Monday Nitro. Yeah, they had the ratings war going on.
Oh, I
That was a
miss,
great
those
time
were
for
great.
wrestling.
Yeah, those was great for wrestling. Although, like, even maybe the 80s wrestling was pretty badass, too.
That was too cartoon for me, man.
You think so? What?
Yeah.
It was like, what's his name? Jake the Snake and
Jake the Snake was cool. Jake was cool.
and fucking what's that? Ravishing Rick Rude.
Ravishing Rick Rude was dope, but like the Ultimate Warrior coming out there,
Dude, I remember one time. Hold on, wait.
he was on steroids, and speed, and all that shit.
I remember one time I saw the Ultimate Warrior come out. It was like his grand re-entry into wrestling.
Yeah.
And they like play his music, right? And he
Yeah.
comes running out. He does his Ultimate Warrior. He's like, "Yo!"
He's like
Runs
shaking the
around the
ropes and
ring.
shit.
He runs around the ring, and then he comes back He goes back again to the backstage, and the camera people are like, well, who was it? Like Jerry the King Lawler, and then that fat chubby guy. I forget his fucking name.
JR?
Yeah, JR.
Yeah, he's from Oklahoma.
Yeah. Oh, you know how many times I love watching JR get smacked around. They fucking made him look like a bitch.
Oh.
But yeah, they didn't know what to say. They're like, okay, well, because he ran out, went all the way, and then just ran right back to the. I was like, what's going on now?
This guy's whacked out of his mind. Oh, Jesus.
Oh man, I wish my brother was here for this shit because he watched all this shit. We watched all this shit together.
You know, Ultimate Warrior is a big old homophobe, right?
Were there two Ultimate Warriors? Did one actually die? Or was that a rumor?
He cut his hair and got fat, but it was the same guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but okay, that's the Ultimate Warrior you're talking about. That's a homophobe.
Yeah. It's crazy because like in today's climate, the whole like hashtag, Me Too and inclusive, all inclusive, just be yourself, and if you're gay, that's fine, which is true. What other people do in their bedrooms is their own fucking business, I guess. But yeah, when the Ultimate Warrior like just went on this rant about like when Heath Ledger died, because Heath Ledger was in Brokeback Mountain. You just
crazy. I've never seen that movie, but
I saw it on TBS. I was like, I don't want the hardcore version.
You got the soft porn one, the fucking Skinemax version.
Skinemax, but yeah, he said like your kids are better off because you're a homosexual, and he called him leatherheader and shit.
What?
Yeah, it's totally homophobic, and like the Ultimate Warrior right now, there's an award every single year at the WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony where it's like the Warrior Strength and Greatness Award. It's like that's a homophobe. That's a bigot. Like, what are you doing? It's 2019.
I would say for wrestling, because of the way it is, the award would be for like the portrayal of that character, not necessarily the actual man playing that character.
That's true.
Because do you remember when Hulk Hogan did that lawsuit?
Okay.
Do you remember that lawsuit that he did with shit, man? He took him down. I forget that website. They put out that video of him fucking that chick.
Yeah, what's Bubba the Love Sponge's wife?
Well,
and then,
he had a small dick.
Probably still.
Now he has a small dick. Now, but he was talking about how his character had a big dick. How the Hogan was this big guy with a big old dick. But like Terry, whatever his real name is, Belia, was not that. So that's how he was able to. He used that as a key point in the argument.
They talked about that in court.
Yeah, the key point in court.
Hand to God. Talking about his dick size.
Like, no, I am not the man of that stature.
Not me. The character that I play.
The character that I play, he's got a big dick.
I got news for you. When your character fucks a chick, she can't feel that big dick.
And so I just want. I don't even. Why did I bring that up?
Because it's funny. Because it's funny. We're talking.
Oh, because we're talking. Oh, yeah, because the Ultimate Warrior, his personality as a person against the wrestling.
The Ultimate Warrior wasn't a homophobe. It was the man that played him that had a heart attack.
I mean, how can you be a homophobe when you sit in a ring in your tiny underwears with another guy in tiny underwears and you guys do nothing but touch each other?
Exactly, man. They're like,
but yet you're a homophobe.
They're oiled up bodybuilders in their underpants pretending to fight. But you don't like gay people. Like, this is gay porn. You're performing in gay porn.
Those noises that they make are the same noises that the gay porn actors make.
Yeah.
Because they're not, that's not real. They're not really grunting. They're doing that for the audience.
They're putting on a show.
In wrestling, they're not really they get smacked in the chest. They're not really going, it doesn't really hurt. But they're like, the same noises.
Yeah.
Pretty much a gay porn guy. Mm-hmm. Only with still a little bit of underwear on, but nah.
Yeah.
And then they all go back to the same locker room and get naked. Yeah. Come on now.
Take a shower together.
Homophobe. Imagine you're back there with all the wrestlers, and then fucking you got Ultimate Warriors all walking around covering his package.
Don't look at me.
Everybody's all like, "Man, what the fuck? Whatever." He's like, I gotta wait till everybody leaves so I can take a shower.
I wonder how big his character's penis was.
Oh,
I wonder if his was.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it was tight at the base.
Oh God. Those things that he.
All my muscles are tight.
Oh my God! Trap all the blood in there.
You know what? I've always wondered this, and I don't know what it does. What is the point of having your ball sack around that fucking ring?
Because oh God, I don't know.
I want to buy it just so I can try it to see what the point is.
Yeah.
Sorry, ladies.
Maybe it
I know
puts
it's
pressure on your prostate.
But I just don't see the point of I understand what a cock ring does. I get that. I like to use them sometimes. They're fun. But what is the point of having a ring around your balls that shoves them more forward? Is it for the ladies? Is it for what is that for? What is that? And why are all the balls always really nicely shaved? I can't get my balls that nicely waxed.
You gotta shave your balls if they're gonna be on camera. This is forever, like we said. Those balls are on camera forever.
I know. I can't shave those. Alana doesn't like it when I shave.
Hey, babe, can you Google what the cock ring does?
don't tell her to do that.
This is Joe Rogan shit, right? Hey,
yeah,
Jamie, can you
no,
pull that
it's
up?
supposed to be little Lana's supposed to be doing stuff like that, but she doesn't do anything.
Oh God!
I told her one time, look, listen to when we listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, pay attention to how quick and badass young Jamie is.
Yeah,
that is how you should not you should be, but that's what I would like her to be.
The level of
but here's the thing. She's never gonna do it because she's never gonna take that serious because she's not getting paid for it, and I'm her boyfriend.
Yeah.
A cock ring around your balls helps to stave off orgasm so that you can last longer in bed.
West Side.
But around your balls?
Yeah. I'm gonna try it. I'm sold.
Do I have that issue? How much
does that cost? Can you go on Amazon or
We have one in our box.
We have one in the box? Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, okay. The vibrator one that goes around the cock is cool. Lana loves that.
Oh my God, this is awesome.
But the round the nutsack, I just don't get the round the nutsack one. But I guess she said that sounds pretty much kind of like what the point of the. No, I guess not. I don't know. Anyway, so you guys have one in your box, so purchase that shit.
You want to hear about the box?
What is the box? Is that your Amazon wish list or something like that?
This is I was so single at this point, borderline hermit status. So I had a box under my bed. It's like a Tupperware thing.
Yeah.
And I had bandanas in it, ejaculation catchers, and pocket pussies and stuff. 3 pocket pussies. And 3. And you don't need me to tell you which one was my favorite. You could look at them and see.
The black one.
No, that was the butthole. But
hold on, wait. I've owned a pocket pussy, but the only reason I got it is because it came with an Adam and Eve gift package.
Okay.
But you got 3. Did you actually pay for those?
3, and I would have orgies with them.
But they're so expensive.
Try this one. You know how I picked.
Well, you're in the army, so you probably saved up money for a little while.
You know how I picked my first one though?
What?
It was the only one that was still in the plastic. Somebody hadn't opened it, touched it, and I don't want to buy this one. I was like, oh
smart.
no.
My dumb ass would just grab the very first front one. I don't care. That's nothing compared to what I'm gonna put on there.
Oh, and my box has the words the ejaculation station on top of it. Hashtag yeet your face off, because to yeet is to ejaculate where I'm from. So.
Oh, to yeet?
To yeet. Yes.
Yeet.
People think it's to dance. No, when you yeet.
That does not sound like to dance at all, actually.
Yeet.
I'm gonna get yeet all over you.
Yeah. So I have a sex box under my bed.
I got
ball gag, nipple clamps.
Oh, that's mandatory for couples.
The whip's cool. I like the whip. It's fun.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna end right there. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, how long are we going?
What we got?
An hour and 30 minutes.
Now 30 minutes. How much? You got more time? A little bit more time?
More shit.
I'm gonna go use the restroom again. I gotta pee again.
Okay.
Talk a little bit more. Do whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Let's talk about football. I'm very much looking forward to the Raiders just disappointing the shit out of me, as is tradition. Hey man, football is my favorite form of head injury. And it's like football is the most American thing in the world because it's like taking other people's land by force, you know, with violence. And you know, I just think that's super American. There's injuries involved. There's bloodshed. There's always a losing team. They can't all be winners, kids. Sometimes you're gonna lose in life. You need no participation trophies for football. The only participation trophy in football is CTE, which leads to suicide, from what I'm told. Will Smith told me that. Oh God.
What are you talking about?
We're making light of football-related head injuries and the suicides that they lead to.
Yeah. You know what's a lot of fun?
What's that?
Dick pills.
Dick pills?
Yeah.
Ooh, let's talk about dick pills.
Dick pills are fun.
Dude, I've really thought about this, right? Because I'm 35 years old now. I've thought about going to the doctor and like saying, hey, listen, I'm getting to that age where I
get
need
the official prescription.
Yeah, and then like whenever my wife makes me mad, just taking out 4 hours of Viagra dick on her, you know?
Like get into a fight with her just to have makeup sex?
Just to have makeup. This is all you deserve, bro. Straight to hell for that one.
Yeah, maybe. I like to take the gas station ones though.
Yeah.
Because
Extends.
because with the way they do it, like they'll make these pills, right?
Yeah.
But the batters that they use it, they don't always clean them. So sometimes other stuff gets mixed in with the dick pills.
Okay.
Like, you know, it'd be like tainted substance like steroids or something like that. So I'm like, well, fuck. If I get a little extra for paying for just a dick pill, why not?
God.
So I buy the gas station ones
Okay.
in hopes that it'll have like a little bit of meth, or like maybe a little bit of fucking what is that thing called? Deca steroids.
I don't think meth and steroids are FDA regulated. I think the dick pills are though.
Dude, they're made in China, man. They don't
Are
fucking
they?
have regulations over there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they don't have anything over there except smog and riots.
Riots.
Yeah. Dude,
Oh yeah.
You didn't see that thing? Like a bunch of people in like Beijing, I think, were protesting, and they were singing the American national anthem in protest of Chinese government. It's like, dude, we don't have it much better over here. That'd be funny.
For that what's his name? Chang Peng, the chief or whatever the fuck he is.
I don't know what they were protesting. I just know that they were protesting.
I've heard about that, and
Yeah.
but I don't know what they're protesting. I think it's just like just the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Dude, I totally forgot, but let's do you want to do I do a little thing on the show
Okay.
where I'll call Conan O'Brien's podcast
Okay.
and you can ask him a question.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
Let me think of a question to ask him first. But yeah.
I should have told you that before. I started it and then when I stopped the podcast and
Yeah.
restarted,
Yeah.
I forgot that that's one thing I was supposed to
Oh,
do.
you forgot the bet. I hate it when I forget bets.
But yeah, like, I'll do a little thing. We call into Conan O'Brien's podcast, and
Okay.
he said leave a question, and maybe it'll get put on the podcast.
Okay.
So I mean, if you think of a question, real
I
quick.
got a question for him. I guess I can think of a question.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, let's call Conan.
Let's call Conan.
Ladies and gentlemen watching the podcast, if you're unaware of who Conan O'Brien is, get out from under the rock that you've been living under for your entire life.
God damn, dude, he's hilarious.
Turn on TBS.
He's always been funny. He was always my favorite late night person.
Yeah, I'm so glad he got.
When he would do the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing, that guy would come on and do Arnold
I know what
Schwarzenegger,
you're talking about.
and then he would do that one chick, the one that went to jail for tax, not for tax, but for
Martha Stewart?
Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
And then somebody else. Huh?
I like. My favorite was the masturbating bear.
Dude, yeah. He's like, should we? He's like, oh. Like, our budget calls, we gotta cut somebody. Like, should we cut the little old lady who's been working here for 55 years? She's like, I've been working here for 55 years. Like, or should we cut the masturbating bear? And he just comes out and then he has the crowd decide, and the crowd always fires the old person.
Fucking old lady. Get her out of here.
They're like, oh no. I heard to keep the masturbating bear.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh man, I swear it's only super funny because of my. Okay, alright, let's call Conan O'Brien.
How many of these rules have we broken so far?
Whew. Not enough, goddammit.
Not enough.
Got the N-word.
Nicaragua.
Oh, Jesus. Have you heard Matt McElhone's N-word joke?
I probably have.
Yeah, he does. It's not inward as in abbreviation. It's inward as in inward, and then it's like misdirection. It's fucking great.
Somebody else has a joke similar to that.
Do they?
Yeah, but it's not. Oh, yeah. Oh, who was it? Well, I don't want to repeat their joke.
I didn't repeat the joke. I just repeated the premise. Love you, Matt.
Well, I only know how to talk about the premise if I say the joke. Okay. Oh, shit, man. I did drop my phone. No, but I realized that I did. There is a crack where I dropped my phone. Not on my phone, but on the case.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
He dropped his phone in the driveway before we started filming.
I did not.
Hey, Conan O'Brien here. Here's the deal. Ask me a question. Feel free to ask me anything you want. And maybe, just maybe, I will answer your question on the podcast. So be creative, go for it, and maybe I'll be talking to you soon.
What's up, Conan O'Brien? This is Rudy from the UNG Odyssey podcast, and I have local DFW comic Everett McClure, and he has a question for you.
Okay, so the show filmed in both. You've filmed shows in both Los Angeles and New York, and my question is: of the two cities, Los Angeles and New York, which city has the better prostitutes? Take your time. Think about it as much as you need to. But I'm really curious. Inquiring minds want to know. Thanks, Conan.
It's funny. Conan's the type of guy I can picture you going, excuse me, lady. I'm trying to ride.
Well, I mean, he's ginger, so he's had to pay for sex. No offense.
You know what's funny? I haven't. Oh no, wait. I haven't hung up yet.
Oh shit. Sorry, Conan. Not to be presumptuous.
Oh my god. I hope he hears that, and I hope he put
Oh fuck, that'd be funny. Somebody's got to sit there and go through every single one of these.
Oh,
and they're just gonna be
definitely.
like,
Somebody
God
does.
damn it. Fucking people out there in Texas. They're gonna think we're from Oklahoma.
Probably.
No. I can speak with
Whew.
a
Oh my goodness. Okay. Anything else you want to go over real quick before we go ahead and call a little into
Before
the
we
podcast?
call it? Nah, man. I mean, one more time. Butch Lord Showcase, Hyenas Fort Worth. Sunday, September 8th. Doors are at 7. Show starts at 8. I'm gonna go up there and talk shit like I like to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the only plug that I've got, really. So.
Yeah, I'll be on that show too, and fucking shit, man.
Fucking shit is right.
That's about it. I don't know what else to say.
Before we go, I just want to give a shout out to all my peeps in Bakersfield. David Soup Cup Rodriguez. We got Jose Ito Sanchez. We got Travis is my boy. Justin Johnson. He's my friend too. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. I love you, Mom. Terry.
I hope your mom does not listen to
Hi,
this.
Terry. Oh, she said she was looking forward to it, and then as soon as the word fuck got mentioned, she tuned right out. So don't worry.
That was like the first thing I said. Fuck it, hey, we're on the podcast now.
What the fuck is everybody doing today?
Oh,
It's
okay.
Saturday,
Well,
bitches.
it'll be up on YouTube here within probably later on today,
Okay, cool.
and then after that, I'm gonna turn it to the MP3 file and then upload it to Anchor, which is gonna put it on everything else.
Okay.
So you'll be on 10 different platforms, and if people want to check it out, they can
Fuck
check
yeah.
out. Just type in the name on their search for whatever they're listening to podcast.
Cool. Bring it on.
Quick little thing. If you guys want to help out the podcast by subscribing either on YouTube, it's not iTunes anymore. It's
iHeartRadio?
Apple Podcasts. There you go.
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts.
Are you on
We're
Spotify?
on that. I'm on Spotify.
Yeah,
Go to
Spotify's
Spotify. You guys can listen to my episodes on there. And what is that? Click select. Also on the Anchor app. You can also go to the Anchor app
Okay.
and link up with us there. Any support is helpful to help grow the podcast even more. And let all these fuckers that be on the podcast all these fuckers that be on my podcast get shown
Fucker.
and shared throughout because these fucks need to be heard
me.
before they're too famous.
I'll still come on when I'm famous. I don't give a shit about being famous. I just care about getting paid.
Are you ready to make your own prices?
Am I ready to make my own prices? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think I'd sell myself short or just astronomically way too much.
I hear that's what you're supposed to do. Be like, just ask for a crazy number.
Yeah, ask for this.
And they say no, and then be like, and then give you an offer. But sometimes they'll be like, okay.
Yeah, sure, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I think Chris Jericho said that. In WCW, he asked him for 100,000 and they gave him 165. He was like, I'm supposed to ask for this and get this, not ask for this and get this. Fuck. You know?
All right.
That's the way to do it. Ask for twice as much as what you want, and then you meet in the middle. It's beautiful.
That's how it works.
It is.
Hopefully next time my brother's here, so we'll get to introduce you to my brother Gump.
Cool. Next month, man. I'm looking
He
forward to it.
is goofy as fuck, a little bit more asshole-ish than me.
Okay.
And he will call me gay probably 10 times during the podcast.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So just let you know.
That's fine.
he's a character. He's very funny, but he doesn't ever want to get on stage.
Yeah?
I don't know if he's stage funny,
Yeah.
but he's very situational funny.
Well, I mean, you gotta give it a shot, right? Like,
I would tell him to give it a shot. Why not?
just once. It's
You know,
3 minutes.
Lana tried it once.
Did you like it?
I couldn't get the mic to work.
Oh.
Well,
Well, I couldn't figure out how to talk into it.
This is the business end right here
and you go up to it
of the
and you say
microphone, and then you speak into it, and that's how that works.
it. The mic was in front of her, and she like never really got up to it.
Yeah?
It was just there on the stand.
Huh.
I think if you would have picked up that mic, you would have felt the magic.
Yeah. There's magic.
There is. You know what? Because I know look, I tell people this all the time when I'm doing comedy.
Yeah.
I am nervous as fuck.
Yeah.
But as soon as I put my hands on that mic,
Yeah.
it's like game on. It's a whole different situation.
Yep.
It's like I am in control of this now.
Yeah. Like, once I get my first laugh, cool.
Well,
All
see,
that
with
shit
me, it
goes
might
away.
take 5 minutes.
Yeah, right.
So I can't wait for that laugh. I gotta figure out a better way, a boostier way. All right, but thanks, Everett. Yeah, we'll definitely have you back on. We'll schedule something.
Yeah.
We'll do September,
Yeah,
probably
that's
late September, if that's okay.
Yeah. Late August, late September. Oh, yeah.
Cool. All right.
Cool.
You want to stop the streaming and stop the recording?